Tonight, a stunning murder in downtown Los Angeles of soap opera star Johnny Wactor. Police say they're searching for 3 suspects after the 37-year-old was fatally shot early Saturday as he encountered thieves trying to steal his car's catalytic converter.
The shooting intersection of Hope across the Pico.
Wactor's family tells NBC News he was leaving a job at a downtown bar later than usual, walking with a coworker when he noticed a man near his car. Wactor's mother said her son asked if he was about to be towed, but when a man looked up wearing a mask, Wactor shielded his coworker with his body, and that suspect shot him.
It's just such a senseless thing.
Scarlett Wactor spoke to us by phone.
I hope that they will catch whoever did it. I hope that there will be some kind of justice for Johnny.
I want you to tell me.
Wactor was best known for his role as Brando Corbin on General Hospital, appearing in 164 episodes of the popular daytime soap. Wactor's colleagues remembering a dear friend. General Hospital posting, he was truly one of a kind. His TV wife writing, "My heart is so utterly broken. Johnny was the absolute best."
He lived life to the fullest. He always tried to be positive for everybody. He was a light in a dark room, and he will be very missed.
And Morgan joins us live from Los Angeles tonight. Morgan, this type of theft targeting catalytic converters, it's grown so bad multiple states are trying to crack down?
Yeah, Tom, that's right. And it's the precious metals inside these converters that what thieves are really after here. And that's why more than a dozen states have enacted laws not only cracking down on the theft here, but also resale on the black market. Meanwhile, tonight, LAPD has yet to release any description of those 3 suspects. Tom?
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.